Hey everyone, it's Anne Marie, and I just got off a call with my coach, my mentor, my spiritual teacher, one of my spiritual teachers. I have many that I work with and have worked with over the years, but I just had a call and I kept having this thought, share this with your community, share this with your community. And I don't know why, but you'll see in the call what I'm working on, but I'm really working on this relationship I have with my higher self or source or um this my connection to something greater than me. And I'm really leaning into what it means to really, 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 really live from a place of trust and flow. So in service of that, um, I'm leaning into listening as much as I possibly can, and I'm willing to, because I want to also recognize that, this is what I teach, so I want to practice what I'm preaching. And I really teach a lot. I teach most of my students, most of my clients who I'm working with about this idea of leaning into trust. I've had this voice inside me for as long as I could remember, this really still small voice that speaks softly, sometimes speaks more loudly, but is always talking to me. And what I've learned over the years is I really, really loved that voice and loved playing with that voice and loved being in relationship with that voice when it told me what I wanted to hear and when what it was saying I liked. But the minute it started saying things that I was like, what? I don't like that so much. Then I started meeting the parts of me that are in resistance. And that's when life sort of took a left turn and I started experiencing a lot more suffering, a lot more pain, a lot more difficulty when I entered the state of resistance. And so in this call I had with Maureen, my spiritual teacher, one of my spiritual teachers. And like I said, I have many I lean into for a lot of different reasons. Maureen was a gift to me recently from my good friend, Dr. Laura Berman. Shout out to Laura. Um, and again, like even finding Maureen was really interesting. I've been working with her for, I don't know, 8 months or something. Um, but I was in one of my meditations, I was in a practice, and the voice said to me, you need to find another coach or guide or spiritual teacher. Um, and I was like, what are you talking about? I have so many. And I let it, blah, blah, blah. And and the voice told me to reach out to Laura. And so I reached out to Laura and she gave me these two names and I reached out to both and I've been working with Maureen ever since. And so again, there's this relationship we have to ourselves, to the part of ourselves that is source connected that I'm continuing to explore in my life. And so this source, this voice is coming to me today and telling me to share this with you. And so that's what I'm doing. Um, sorry, I have a little scratch in my eye. You'll see that it's not perfect. I mean, like I'm not even showered. I just came from a pickleball lesson. Like my desk isn't set up, the lighting's not right, all the things that I would normally do to prepare to share something with you, my audience, that I think looks good and or is appropriate or is share worthy or whatever that means. Um, so none of that's happening. I look like this, the lighting's like this, there's probably some noise. I'm not even sure the sound is great. I'm not even sure the recording is great. It's not professionally done, all the things. Um, but I'm going to share it because I'm being told, encouraged to share it with you. And my wish for you is that you take something away that's of service to you. That's always my wish for you in the work that I do. Um, you really like use what I was talking about with Maureen. I can't get all those words out. Use that in your own life in some way. Right? So find the thread that appeals to you, that works for you, that resonates for you, because everything doesn't resonate all the time, nor should it, because wherever you are on your journey, um, the things that will serve you will be like easily digestible. The analogy that's coming to me right now is when you think about, somewhere, if you've ever had a baby or been with a baby and you have a 6-month-old baby and they're eating like pureed food, or they're eating, but first they bottle feed and then they eat a little bit more and then they take in more and then they take in more, and the pieces get bigger and they could chew more. So it's the same thing on our spiritual journey. It's like we take in as much as we're able to in the moment, and we let the rest go, and we let that digest and move through us. And then as we evolve, we can take in more. So as I've been growing on my spiritual journey, my awakening journey, recognizing that it's really important to take in these bite-sized pieces and accept yourself for where you are in the journey. So don't start comparing yourself to other people. Don't start comparing yourself to what you imagine you should be experiencing. Just really watch, take in what resonates, let the rest go, and then trust that what what is next needed will come or be served up to you when the time is right. Um, why else? I think the other thing I want to say is the real reason I feel called to share this is I'm really examining all the ways in which I feel empowered or disempowered in my life, and using all the tools and the resources I can to awaken to the ways that I'm disempowered. Maybe it's because I've inherited certain belief systems from my family system, from the culture, from the world around me. And while all of that is true, these patriarchal capitalist systems that don't necessarily serve the expression of my truest self. There's all sorts of ways that things have gotten in the way of me allowing myself to be fully expressed. And so while those systems are in place and they interfere with our ability as women to be fully expressed, I still have a responsibility to waking myself up, to remembering the truth of who I am, to coming back home to my truest self. And and then from that place, I tap into my source of empowerment. So this is my hope for you, that as I'm sharing what I'm learning on my own journey and using my life as a laboratory for learning about the ways in which I've been disempowered by the systems that are in place, but also by the way that I've allowed the systems to influence me um, by being asleep to them, right? And these are the things that we're going to continue discussing, but I'm really, 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 really committed to continuing to support you as I'm learning with the tools that I've garnered over the years, um, to supporting your own awakening, to be really empowered in your life, particularly as a woman. Um, First, you need to awaken to the ways you're disempowered. So, this is my gift to you. Again, I have no idea why I'm being called to share this, where it's gonna lead. This is a really huge risk for me, um, because I really like order. I like to know where I'm going. I like to have, a system. I like to have a plan. Um, yeah, I like to be in control. Like, I like to be in control, that's the truth. And prior to my call with Maureen today, I had this whole plan. Like, you can see, well, you can't really see, but like I've got that going and I've got that going and I've got all this. Like, I had a plan for today about the way today was going to go and what I wanted to accomplish. And what's interesting is I almost canceled my call with her because I was feeling like I was getting things done and I was like in a certain flow. And the truth is, um, it was a really useful call. It was a really helpful call. It was a wake up call that I needed today. So I hope it serves you to listen. This is getting to be a little long, so I hope you hung in there with me. I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate you for listening in. I appreciate you for opening your heart. I appreciate you for just being you. And I am super open, excited, and interested in getting your feedback on all the ways in which you most want to be served in this community. Like, what is it I can continue offering you that will help support you in feeling more empowered in your life and help you awaken from the slumber of the illusion so that, yeah, you can just find more joy, find more peace, find more excitement, find more pleasure, find more purpose. Whatever it is you're seeking in your life, it is right here. And so, um, my hope is that I continue to support that for you as well. All right, my friend. This is long. I hope you hung in there and sending much love to you. And I'll see you. I don't know when I'll see you. We'll see what happens. All right. Talk to you soon.